Good morning, Twitch.tv. Good morning to YouTube as well. And of course, good morning, Mini Motorways. We are off to New York City for today's daily challenge. We will start with 4 bridges and all of our destinations, every single lastly one of them, will be a circle. Okay, we are here on the island of Manhattan. The New York City map in Mini Motorways, of course, is a much more tightly zoomed in version of NYC. Mini Metro, you're dealing with, not just Manhattan, but the outer boroughs as well. The parts of New York that are technically New York, but nobody thinks of when they think of New York, but don't tell that to people from New York, basically. This is, as a person who has been to New York City upwards of 3 times, I believe I am fully qualified to speak on the unique particulars of not only the geography, but the culture of this fine city. Anyway, we're going to run these greens over here. Oranges will come down here. We've got these 2 greens servicing this station. That should be fine.
Samurai_Sam just cheered 1 bits. Happy New Year. Cheers to a great year of content.
Automated voice guy, we might want to, no, don't worry about it. It's fine. Let's take a pair of traffic lights here. Hulkamat was here first. Good morning, Hulkamat. Hulkamat also resubscribed on the starting soon screen, 51 months. Sam is still sad we lost the old automated voice lady. I think that's entirely my fault. I think I just chose a setting on Twitch and was like, hey, yeah, let's have the funny British guy instead of the previous Discord Twitch lady. If we want the lady back, I can switch it to the lady back. I am by no means married to this dude. So, Yes, Hulkamat resubscribed for 51 months. 51 months in the Goog troop. Thank you very much, Hulkamat, not only for the subscription, but for the opportunity to cheaply plug the fact that this coming Saturday, if you subscribe, if you or a friend, or if you gift a sub or anything like that, during Subathon 9, we will extend the timer. Yay! I haven't exactly done the math as to how long that'll be by, because, I don't want to change, in the time since our last subathon, we're going to take, actually, we have 4 bridges. I'm going to take we'll take our 3rd and 4th traffic light just to be safe, and that's probably going to be fine. In the time since our last subathon, Twitch has raised their prices for subscriptions, at least in the US, which is what I'm basing my mental math off here. And I don't want to give people less bang for their buck in terms of subathon, extendiness or anything like that. So I'm going to have a think about exactly how long things are going to go for, but that's a me problem. You don't have to worry about that. What you have to worry about, or rather what I have to worry about, is the positionment of all of these pink businesses and also this orange thing. There's a whole bunch of bad going on here. I think what we're going to do, and I don't love this plan, but this is what we're going to do. We are going to run this road up over here, oh, wait, no. We want to come down and grab this greenhouse right there. And then we're going to do this, and we'll have a perfectly cromulent traffic light right here. This PCTL will service getting greens down here and letting this orange and this also orange as well go down to this business. Next, we have this pink circle up here. That pink circle up there will be serviced thusly, and that leaves this pink train station in here to be attended to by this thing. Sunflare Space is here as well. Good afternoon, Sunny. Doot, doot, atata, doot, doot, and doot. Sunny says that she did not start her year off well, had a bad time yesterday on stream. I am very sorry to hear that, Sunny. I am by no means a tech expert, but if you know what the problem you're having is, I might be able to help. Maybe. It could be just bad computerness, or it could be like a specific thing. And if it's a specific thing, I might even know what that specific thing is. Or we have friendly, beautiful, smart people in the chat and in comments on YouTube who might also be able to help. So if you know or can summarize or want to just vent about it, I mean, by all means, computer problem vent. That's what we are here for, sort of. In that we are here for chatting and conversations and solving of problems and all of that. Thank you, Samurai Sam, for reminding me of a funny thing that I said back a year and a quarter ago about terrible plans. I'm sure that plan wound up fine. I don't remember what that plan was, but I'm sure it wound up absolutely fine. Oh, God, where were we going with this? I swear we were having a discussion in the chat. You had to delete and reinstall your microphone software. Ooh. Oh, that sounds bad. That doesn't sound good. It seems as though the problem might just be bad old dying computer, which, listen, is a bad problem to have. I sympathize with that problem, but it is unfortunately not one that is easily or quickly remedied, and I am sorry for that. This traffic light here is kind of really annoying given the proximity to the train tracks, but it's probably okay. Let's take, we're good on road, so I might as well take the bridge just to have the extra asset. Now, I could theoretically, I could use my motorway here to get this pile of greens over here in such a way that doesn't necessitate this traffic light. Why? Why do you do that thing? Why is that a thing that we're doing? Oh boy. Okay. Man, a roundabout would go down so smooth right about now. And yet. Okay. Well, for the moment, I don't see a great path forward for these yellows. What we're going to do is just toss them down here and have, this will be one continuous road of, peas and corn and carrots or something. Vegetables. Oh, it'll be fine. It'll probably be fine. It'll be completely and totally fine. If I get a roundabout, honestly, if I get a roundabout this coming weekend, we can solve all of this. Because I'll motorway the greens over to here, I'll roundabout the oranges through here, and then we'll just straight shot bridge the yellows. It's a short, sweet, simple plan that all hinges on the game giving us a roundabout. So, what are the odds that we actually get a roundabout? Somewhere between slim and none, and slim just left town? It sounds about right. Let's find out. We get a bridge. Okay. Can I make this plan happen without a roundabout? Not goodly. All right, fine. Well, if I can't make it happen goodly, there's no point in making it happen. Oh, God. Speaking of things that aren't good, AEW Dynamite. I kid, actually. Last night was a very, very good episode of AEW Dynamite. It's been a while since there was a Dynamite so good that I impulsively said it was one of the X-best Dynamites ever, but last night was like the, 32nd best episode of Dynamite ever. Yeah. It was the 32nd best episode of Dynamite ever, Sam. It had some really good matches. It had some good, interesting story developments. Fucking Ricochet turns out to be capable of doing an incredible psychotic heel bloody beatdown of Swerve Strickland. God, this is such a better use of Swerve Strickland than when he just got squashed by Bobby Lashley. Ugh. You remember when Swerve got squashed by Bobby Lashley? That was dumb. It was good. It was a really fucking good episode of Dynamite. What are we going to do about these greens? I guess the obvious, here's the thing. Because we're in New York City, and specifically we're on Manhattan, we're dealing with Central Park here. And Central Park is unique across the whole game, really, in that you absolutely cannot build roads in, around, or through it. It is not a thing you're allowed to do. And so we can't just straight shot these greens over to here. We instead have to, kind of wastishly, use a motorway. We'll just bop motorway number 1. It's fine. It's totally fine. We haven't built a road through Central Park. We just built an overpass. That would go over great, right? Just build an overpass over Central Park in New York City? I'm sure that would be tremendous. Everyone would be happy with that. Let's not create any ideas, right? If Governor Hochul gets wind of this, then that might be over. Anakin. Yeah, and you can't tunnel because there are subways. That's true. They're busy. Is it Hochul? There are people in the chat who literally live in New York. Is it well, actually, they live in Connecticut now, but they used to live in New York. Is it Hochul? Is it Hochul? Is it Hotchel? The world may never know. We'll take another motorway. The governor what killed the car tax. That lady. Dumb, stupid Democrat-brained chick. I know that doesn't really narrow it down at all, but you know the one. Anyway. We've got these 3 going over to here. That should be fine. Tremendous episode of Dynamite, headlined, of course, by the returning match of everyone's favorite hero, the rated R superstar, Cope. God, that's a dumb name. That's such a dumb name. I have to believe that it is a talent-driven decision because, well, it's stupid. And I like Adam Copeland an awful lot. But he has a lot of ideas and a very bad internal filter, and a lot of his ideas are just dumb. So, if something dumb happens involving Adam Copeland in All Elite Wrestling, there are all sorts of reasons for me to believe that it was a decision driven by Adam Copeland. And, well, again, I love you, Adam. You have some dumb ideas sometime. This is kind of like, it's a very small, stupid thing that Adam Copeland no longer goes by Adam Copeland. He instead goes by Cope. And they had Excalibur talk about it a little bit. It wasn't out of the blue. It's not like they're pretending that he was always Cope. But at the same time, it's just dumb. Samurai Sam does not know how he will deal with that. It's you'll have to just cope. How about that? We'll take the motorway. Oh, God. This blue over here has spawned in... These blues over here now have spawned in such a place that tells me they kind of want to be grouped with these 4 and these 3 to go service this business, but everything else is in the way, so they're absolutely not going to be able to do that. Oh, God. I don't know. The real question is, why? Right? Like, okay, Adam... You've got your silly, stupid name now. Why did you want that? Is it because you're WWE brained and think that having multiple people named Adam in a company is bad? Because, oh no, there are 3 people named Adam. However will we deal? That's not really a real thing people think, but it is a thing Vince McMahon thinks. True fact. Here's an example. When WWE bought WCW and inherited all of the contracts for their performers, one of the performers' contracts was that of Sugar Shane Helms. He immediately changed his name to Gregory because we can't have multiple Shanes. Wrestling is stupid, and by wrestling I mean WWE, which, listen, by wrestling I mean WWE has been the way pretty much everyone, including fucking All Elite Wrestling, thinks about wrestling for the last 25 years. So that's unfortunate. You know what else is unfortunate? The fact that we're going to have to use 2 bridges to get this little hunk of yellows over here. That's unfortunate. We have to use 2 bridges to do that. Alright, you go down that way. You can foop up that away. Just like so. Samurai Sam would like to hear another true fact about professional wrestling. Give me a roundabout. Hold on. I can finally do the thing I wanted to do forever ago. Yay! Alright, now, the thing I wanted to do forever ago is this, basically. Let's murder this traffic light. We're going to take these greens and this orange. We're going to kill this whole road situation, right? Okay. Now, we've got these 4 greens right here. They're going to take motorway number 3 straight shottedly over to there. Tremendously. Now, motorway number 3 is going to get out of the way so we have some room with which to work. And we're going to point these oranges, right? All of these oranges right here are going to go down that old way. This orange right here is going to go into the train station. It's going to be fine. But we're going to have these oranges come down here, swing in thusly. I can't really toss the roundabout exactly where I want. I want the roundabout centered right here, but you can't have a roundabout on some train tracks, so we're going to have to improvise. We'll have the oranges come into the roundabout from the southeast and then go out to the northwest and go off that way. You, incidentally, are an orange that can approach from the north. That's totally cool. The pinks, meanwhile, are going to come into the roundabout from the southwest and exit to the due east, go over that way. So you go in here. You 3 go that way. This green, which got pulled off of this network going that way, will now hop onto this motorway and go there-ishly. That, in turn, will allow these 4 yellows, which totally exist, to just have one singleton straight line bridge going that way. And therefore, we have now fairly successfully connected all of the things. It's not quite perfect, but I think it's going to work out just fine. All right. You are a blue. Why do you exist? I don't think anyone encouraged you to exist. Ow. Pain. Let's see here. You go that way. That's not great. Okay. Samurai Sam would like to hear a true fact about professional wrestling. Last night's episode of Dynamite fucking ruled. That has been a true fact. No. And again, I'll say, I feel like I've told all my really good stories about true facts of professional wrestling. Oh, crap. We've told the Kerwin White story multiple times at this point. Do I have any more good stories? Hold on. We did Sid and the Scissors. We did the Finger Poke of Doom. One time there was a really bad WrestleMania. It was WrestleMania 9 and also WrestleMania 32 through whatever WrestleMania they're up to right now. Have I told the story about Vince McMahon and sneezing? I think I've definitely told the story about Vince McMahon and sneezing before. Did you know that Vince McMahon likes steak sandwiches with ketchup? It's a true fact about Vince McMahon. He enjoys steak sandwiches with ketchup, which is a thing that a person can do. Listen, I enjoy steak and sandwiches, and ketchup can be tasty. Doesn't sound like a terribly appealing combination, but what do I know? These yellows can't point upward because you can't have your spawns directly on a train track. Okay, well, we're getting plenty of dark blues, which is nice. The dark blues are coming in and spawning for this business down here, which is good. We've got a couple more yellows, which just spawned for this thing, and another green. Speaking of greens, here. Let's separate these greens. You're just going to keep going that way. You two are going to go here. These greens, we're going to do this, and that is a PCTL. How much awareness do you have about what's going on in WWE currently at any time? Not a ton. Like, I used to listen to the Wrestling Observer podcasts even after I stopped watching WWE. and like they would recap Raw and SmackDown every week, so I would have a pretty good idea. But eventually, like when I quit my last job, actually, I went from being able to listen to podcasts roughly 6 hours a day to being able to listen to podcasts for roughly an hour and a half at a time on the random sporadic trips that I went on for work. So my podcast listening went in the tank, and after like 6 months of paying for but never listening to the Observer podcasts, I stopped paying for them, and I continued not listening to them. So, like, every once in a while, I'll see something on Bluesky that's dunking on a WWE show, or if there's a big WWE show happening, I'm aware of it in the sense that, like, people are talking about it. Because, like, a lot of the people I follow still watch WWE for reasons. I'm reliably informed that your typical episode of a WWE show is slightly more competent and boring than it used to be, but, you know, it kind of sounds like 20 teens NXT with an enormous budget, but that's kind of what I want out of all Elite Wrestling. So anyway, you go this way. This yellow can... So yeah, like, I know that Cody is the big ultimate, I think they call it the undisputed universal champion still, which basically means he's the guy who has the world title that means a shit. I also know that they made up a fake-ass world title during Roman Reigns' interminable reign that doesn't mean shit, that nobody cares about, but, you know, it's a thing that exists. Hey, you know what? We've got this whole, we've got a situation going on with these greens. I'm sorry to interrupt this discussion, but we got to actually talk game real quick here. You yellows are going to go up and over and bridge that way down to here, okay? That, in turn, will free up these two greens to join these two greens in servicing this business. And now, these 6 greens over here, what ain't doing jack or nothing, can, in fact, hop motorway number 4. We're going to move motorway number 3 up there. So these 1, 2, 3, 4 greens will now service that. And these 6 greens will now service this. Everybody go. Everybody be better. Oh, wait, we also have to deal with this thing. Fuck. Okay. Well, I have an idea. It's a bad idea, to be clear, but it is an idea. So I've got these 2 oranges right here, yeah? I've also got this thing. All of them together, cumulatively, are doing precisely nothing. So, once this bridge over here clears itself out, which you may note it just did, we'll take these 3 oranges, what ain't doing nothing, and swing them off this way, so as to service this circle. Is that actually going to work? Maybe, sort of, in the long term. Also, worth noting, this yellow business here is the most supported little yellow business in the history of the world, in the sense that it has all of these fuckers down south, and these 2 right here, and these 3 over here, which is neat and cute and good and all, except for the fact that this yellow business is kerfucked. So maybe let's not do that. Maybe instead, let's peel some yellows off of here, send them off that away. Actually, you go south. You go south, you hook around that away. These yellows we will once again restructurize, because if you can all spawn from the same place, why wouldn't you? You go over here, we'll murder that road. This makes a little more sense now. Okay. Is everybody good? Is everybody happy? Are we in a decent position? I think we might finally be approaching a decent position. Get another orange to swing down there into the roundabout, what services this guy. These 2 oranges are taking care of this. This green business got very mad, but now it has 4 houses and a straight shot motorway, so it should be okay. I think we're okay. So yeah, I know that Cody is the Universal Champion, and I know that he's kind of sort of been... See, the thing with WWE is they just spin their wheels now. They have no actual motivation to progress storylines. outside of like super big events, right? So like something happens at WrestleMania, and coming out of WrestleMania, you know what the plan is, or you have a decent idea of what the plan is or is supposed to be for SummerSlam. And then between WrestleMania and SummerSlam, they just do stuff. And stuff happens and nothing changes. Like, Rhea Ripley. Here's an example. I know, just because I haven't seen any of this, right? But I know, just from following and being vaguely aware of the product and, following some of the people involved in this story on Instagram, that Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan have been feuding for like a year and a half, I think? Like, they used to be friends, and then Rhea turned heel, and Rhea joined the Judgment Day, and then the Judgment... Here's how long this fucking Judgment Day storyline has been going on. Adam Copeland is involved. Edge fucking started this faction. So Rhea Ripley joined the Judgment Day, and then Edge, and then Edge was leaving the company, so the Judgment Day turned on Edge, and like Finn Balor was running it, and Rey Mysterio's shithead kid Dom, this is storyline. I know nothing about Dom Mysterio as a person. I'm sure he's a perfectly cromulent rich kid son of a wrestler, As rich kids' sons of wrestlers go, I'm sure he's fine. I know nothing about Dom as a person. But in storyline, he's Rey Mysterio's shithead kid Dom. So Rey Mysterio's shithead kid Dom and Finn Balor and Carlito for some reason? Possibly because of the presence of Rey Mysterio's shithead kid Dom? Anyway, Rey Mysterio's shithead kid Dom was in a sort of weird abusive relationship with Rhea Ripley, and then he turned on her. Well, the whole Judgment Day turned face, and then they realized that as bad as they are as heels, because Rey Mysterio's shithead kid Dom fucking sucks. That's another thing. That's a thing I know about Dom as a professional wrestler, is he fucking sucks. But anyway, so Rey Mysterio's shithead kid Dom can't be a fucking babyface because he fucking sucks. And also he's Rey Mysterio's kid and not as good as Rey Mysterio, so he was dealt a poor hand. It was a difficult hand. I kind of feel, well, I'm not going to say I feel bad for the kid because he gets paid a bunch of money to wrestle poorly and make out with Liv Morgan a lot. But anyway, this orange business over here is going to come off that away. Oh, Sam, legitimate true fact about professional wrestling that I still owe you. Rey Mysterio has a kid named Dom. He's not as good as Rey Mysterio, so it's kind of a bad break for him. But, very few wrestlers are as good as Rey Mysterio was in Rey Mysterio's peak, and a fair bit more wrestlers are as good as Rey Mysterio is now. Dom Mysterio is not. So anyway. So Liv Morgan seduces Rey Mysterio's shithead kid Dom for basically let's get back at Rhea Ripley purposes. And now Rhea Ripley's the babyface, and she's chasing the women's championship, the real women's championship. There are like 3 fake-ass women's championships that don't mean shit, but the real women's championship is held by Liv Morgan, who is keeping it from Rhea Ripley because they have to feud. And they've been feuding for like a year and a half. This story has gone on. No, it's gone on longer than that because, again, fucking Edge fucking started the Judgment Day. And fucking Edge hasn't been a thing in WWE for like 3 years at this point. And that story is just continuing. I know that that's a thing. I know that Jade Cargill jumped from AEW to WWE, and WWE fans were all like, "Ha-ha, AEW, we have pulled a coup on you. We have stolen tremendous up-and-coming star Jade Cargill right from under your noses. We shall use her in a way that is much more better and business-producing than you ever could." And AEW fans were like, "Okay, but she sucks, though." And WWE fans were like, no, she doesn't. She was simply misused by your rinky-dink subpar federation. But now that she is under the watchful tutelage of the tremendously wise and brilliant Paul Triple H Levesque, surely she shall rise to new levels of super duper stardom. Yes. And then it turns out that she sucks, so she kind of hasn't done anything in a while. And nobody's talking about it. But if you pay attention, you realize that she hasn't done anything in a while because she's not being used because she sucks. And also, I think she got hurt, maybe, which is a thing that happens to bad wrestlers because wrestling is dangerous. It's also a thing that happens to good wrestlers because, one, wrestling is dangerous, and two, you sometimes have to work with bad wrestlers, and again, wrestling is dangerous. But I digress. So to answer your basic question, Sam, yeah, I kind of know what's happening. I know enough to shit on it, which is really all you need. You know, the hater's life is the life for me, I guess. Oh, title of the episode, The Hater's Life is the Life for Me. Here I was thinking I wasn't going to say anything funny today. Oh, goodness. How are we doing here? We're up over 2,200 commuters, which is good. I'm starting to get a little bit worried about the state of this train station here, actually. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to point an extra orange house down south, because we've got all sorts of orange houses supporting this orange business. I think that's going to be a good, smart thing that we've done. Let's take... we'll take traffic lights. I don't need the road tiles. I'd rather have literally anything other than traffic lights, but hey. Hey, you want to see me do something stupid? I just did something stupid. The motivation here is that we've got all of these oranges up here. What ain't doing nothing? What if, say, they were to do something? Is the basic point. Actually, you know what? I've got a really dumb idea. Oh, I just had a tremendously dumb idea. Follow me here. What if we do that? Oh, what if we do that? Now all of the traffic for the train station has to go through the roundabout. Oh, that's going to better support the train station, but it's going to worse support everything else? Oh, that might end real bad for me. Oh, I'm excited to see how that fucks me over. Sam says that the hater's life being the life for me is a decent place to be politically as well. And yes, actually. Although it's not so much hate. When you're just a pure hater in politics, you're a doomer. Which, hey, listen, I'm very much a doomer. We're fucked. But, you know, it's fine. Sort of. Oh, goodness. Okay. So, let's do a good old-fashioned west to east roundup, shall we? We've got here in the... Oh, fuck you. All right. We were going to do that, but first we have to deal with this pink, which is actually not a big deal because we can just run these blues over here, and I already had a whole pile of pinks what weren't doing nothing, so we can swing them down that away. Okay. That winds up working out just fine. We'll take a third motorway that I'm not presently using for anything. Hey, would you believe it? This plan here has fallen apart. This was a bad idea. Okay, let's salvage this. We're going to chop this. We're going to chop this spur. We're going to reinstitute this pink house going over this way. We're going to take these oranges that exist over here. We're going to split them into two factions. One of those factions is going to go into the roundabout, go off that way. Another of those factions is going to straight shot down here into the train station. This is actually going to be fine. I should not have overcrowded this roundabout. I've learned my lesson. Sort of, kind of, a little bit, maybe. Anyway, off you go. Now then, you can point that way. This green is a circle. It is supported by motorway number 3 into this little green neighborhood, which consists of exactly 4 houses. Not great, but generally acquitting itself well so far. This blue can come down here, be an extra house of support for this. These blues, we have a problem. Okay, well, allow me to help solve this problem. We are gonna chop and separate all of this nonsense. That's a good idea. We're gonna chop and separate nonsense. We're gonna chop and separate nonsense. It's a joke for potentially 0 people in the chat, actually. Anyway. You come up here. Okay. So the yellows are going to circumvent this blue business. They're going to go into this double plaza. That's going to be fine. Meanwhile, we've got a small but loyal contingent of loosely scattered blues, right? We've got this blue, and we've got this blue, and okay, we can't do what I initially wanted to do, which is a road that goes up here, over here, and around there. And the reason we can't do that is that we can't have a road that runs along the train tracks. We can cross it like that, but we can't. You see how I'm trying to draw and I'm getting the little slashy lines of don't do that? Yeah, the slashy lines of don't do that are the game saying, well, don't do that. So I was going to pull these 2 blues into a road that goes up that way. Can't do that. Not going to happen. Instead, we're gonna... Oh boy. We're going to think of a thing. The thing of which we're going to think is, let's come over here, and we'll have you, and you. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of you will hop on motorway number appropriate 5. The appropriately named motorway number 5 will go all the way over here. And now we have 5 blue houses dedicated solely to the love, care, support, and maintenance of this circle over here, which is great. Now, problem. Pink train station. Solution. Weird connector road. Weird connector road means pink houses go to train station. Not the worst thing in the world. This pink circle here is basically fine, and honestly, a well-maintained and supported train station doesn't need much attention. If you actually get your train stations right, it's generally fine to just leave them the fuck alone. So let's actually do that. We'll add a few more pinks to this house. This blue business got mad as part of the whole these blue businesses are mad thing. However, now that we've peeled this away from this, you can see that these 6 houses here are slowly starting to catch up and better support this circle. See, this circle's totally fine. This circle over here, actually, also basically fine. Motorway number 5, doing its job. Good job, motorway number 5. I'm a big fan of you. Here, give me another roundabout. You are a dark blue. You can run over here, get onto the road that goes to motorway number 2. I'm okay with that. I'm less in love with the placement here, but can I do that? Are we going to be okay with this? I feel like in the long run, this green is going to be mad about that, but that's probably a problem for future me. What's a problem for present me is this pink circle. This pink circle is mad for understandable reasons. If I just put this pink house on this road, that's only one more house, and they still have to go through a roundabout and get over. Yeah, that's still just going to be mad. Let's instead rob 4 houses. 4 houses? 3 houses. Let's rob 3 houses. We'll rob a Fire Emblem game from this pink road. Come over this way. Motorway number 2. And by 2, well, I said 2 because I had 2 motorways, but it's actually motorway number 6. Motorway number 6 will swing over here like that. There. And would this actually be a PCTL? Is that a perfectly cromulent traffic light? That might be I don't think I've ever put a perfectly cromulent traffic light at a business's entrance. I don't know if it's possible to put a perfectly cromulent traffic light at a business's entrance. It's entirely possible that a traffic light inherently cannot be cromulent if it is at a business's entrance. I would be willing to believe that, and yet I believe this is functioning exactly like a PCTL. So, interesting. Okay. Sonny asks if we're at Spaghetti Ant Farm yet, and no, I don't think so. I think we're doing okay. I think we're hanging in there. Peel this orange off of here, just get a little more flowy traffic state. Give me another motorway, thank you very much. Now then, this all started with me wanting to do a west-east roundup, and I did like one business, and then shit started falling apart. So, let's return. Sam has had a problem lately with waiting too long to destroy a problem-fixing motorway. Yeah, that can be, like, it's very easy to think of motorways as just instant problem solvers, and they're not instant problem solvers. They can be quick problem solvers, but they're not instant problem solvers. So if you have a problem, you should try to solve it quickly, because you can't solve it instantly. Oh, goodness. Speaking of problems, these orange businesses are starting to get a little hergity. I don't love that they're hergity. Is there a way that I can circumvent some hergidation? Possibly. Let's see here. You know, I don't think we need 3 orange houses to support the train station. I think that's fine. I could be wrong, but we're going to assume that I'm not wrong. You point down that way. You're going to point that way. Okay. You know, all right. Captions say that hergidation is a real word. Good job, captions. Let's do something stupid. We're going to pull this circle and this northern spur off of the roundabout, and they're just going to make friends together. We're just going to dedicate these 6 orange houses, solely to this orange business. Oh, hey, I didn't mute my phone. Oops. Somebody sent me a Facebook message. It can wait. So what I've done is I've pulled these 6 orange houses off of here. They're going straightishly over here. And that's probably going to be fine. We'll take a bridge. Hey, you remember when I put these 5 blue houses here into the supportive motorway number 5 into this business and everything was going to be A-okay forever? Turns out, no, actually. Sam, I did. Frickin' Samurai Sam sent me another Facebook message just to see if I muted my phone. Yes, I did mute my phone, Sam. Okay, now then. Man, we got a problem. Well, okay, it's not a problem. It's a small, it's a significant developing issue, but I would not go so far as to classify it as a problem yet. Can I sneak a roundabout in here? I can. Okay. So, I'm going to put a roundabout in here. We're going to have the northwest spur go off that way and get this stupid plan. Are y'all ready for a stupid fucking plan? Oh, right. You can't go that way because this pink road exists. Okay, well, clearly that means my plan is ruined. No, it means my plan needs to get stupider. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blue houses are now going to go up, over the tracks, into this roundabout, out the western spur of this roundabout, and around and down into this business. Fucking brilliant. And by brilliant, I mean what the fuck is wrong with me? Listen, if it keeps this blue business alive and it gooses my score a little bit, it's all for the best. Now then. Yeah, Goog went to Jupiter and got a lot more stupider. That is unfortunately true. Now, let's have this orange not be on that road because that road is reserved for pinks coming this way. Thank you. Are you done? I think this blue business might actually be okay. We might be catching up with stuff. Hold on. What are you connected to? No. Greens are... Oh, bad. Okay, we've got greens spawning on... Wait! Since when do you exist? Hold on. Oh, this business down here is green, and it exists. No wonder it's pulling shit. Okay. All right. Well, apparently it only came into existence like 5 seconds ago, which means I don't have to feel so bad about not realizing it existed. Okay, you come down this way. You go like that. Here. We've got all of these greens here. Plenty of extra green. You go off that way, support that business. All of these greens here are just gonna come together in some sort of, I don't know, Viridian clusterfuck? I don't think we should say Viridian clusterfuck should not be the title of the episode. Is Viridian green? Viridian's green, right? Because it's like verd, which is French. Well, verde's green. Verd is nothing. Anyway. So all of you emerald assholes, are going to hop over here, motorway number 7, into the northern entrance of this double plaza. Go over this way. Why are there still greenhouses on No, I don't want greenhouses on this road. No greenhouses. I remember Pokemon. I remember that there is a Viridian City. I don't remember if it's green. I mostly didn't play Pokemon on a Game Boy Color. This yellow house is mad, which, I mean, okay, I kind of understand. Here, let's do a silly thing. And now there are 3 bridges for this. It's totally fine. This orange business is looking a little bit angered, which is unfortunate. What if we just did that? And hey, that. Because after all, the PCTL that I placed over here is working so very well. I think it's just yellow rush hour, so we might be doomed, actually. We're so far in that if anything gets rush hour-y, it might just be doomed. So that could be bad. Also, somehow this green business is mad. I'm just going to blame this green business being mad on the nature of double plazas with circles. Like, this is why a double plaza with 2 circles is a death sentence. The game, like, the parking situation can't keep up. Even if the car flow is fine, the parking lot is what dooms you. Now, please ignore this over here, where the car flow is the actual issue and not the parking lot. But over here, you've got, oh, hi, you're also mad. This thing's mad. I'll steal you from you, and you from you. Well, you can't go there, actually. Shit. I don't think we have a solution to that. I think that's just gonna die. Wait, we might have a solution to that. Hold on. We can have motorway number 8 swing all the way over here. And now there's more oranges for this orange god. It's fine. Everything's fine. More oranges for the orange god is another way of saying I have increased the Republican voting base. Now then, this green road is doing fine, supporting that business. Has everybody calmed down? I think everybody's calmed down. I think this thing's not gonna die right now. Okay. Whew. Exhale. Criminy. This thing just got mad, which I don't understand. You've got all of the support in the world, and by all of the support in the world, I mean 10 houses scattered over increasingly ridiculous locations, which is the same thing as all the support in the world when you think about it. This blue business is also mad, which, okay, you've only got like 6 houses scattered over all the houses. Okay, fine. I understand. Maybe it's dark blue rush hour time. It'll be fine. We'll get through it. You remember when I was doing a west to east roundup because nothing was on fire? Well, now everything's on fire, so we're up over 5,800 though. That's good. I'll take a 3rd roundabout, which I probably won't ever get a chance to use. Can I pull any dark blues into here to save this? No. No, I absolutely... Well, no. Well, I've got this one, but it might be better... Okay. Alright, we died. We failed. It fell apart. 5,973, though. I feel like that's a really good score. I feel like that's solid. 5,973, top 1% in the world. Single digits. Number 6. I'll take number 6 on the planet. We'll take that. We will drop the GGs in the chat to celebrate our victoriousness over Samurai Sam. Huzzah! We actually won. Hooray. Now then, where are we going here? You, Wordle friend, come this way. We were victorious today. We achieved the glory of triumph. Yes. Well, there's an O in it. Okay, that's something. It could be choke. Could absolutely be choke. It's not, but oh boy, I felt good about that for a second. It's not chore, but it could be chose. It's chose. Well, great. Did the Wordle in like 2 seconds. Let's quit while we're ahead. Thank you for watching. Good morning. No, okay, we'll do connections. Oh boy. I did start with a good second word. Start with a good second word? You know what I mean. So, let's see here. We've got time, clock, donut, paddle, beat, register. Okay. A beat is a thing that a cop walks, and a donut is a thing that a cop eats. And paddle is a verb for what a cop does to any person a cop feels like paddling. I think we're falling apart there. Okay. So, well, the beat, rhythm, and meter, and time, these are all just the pattern of a song, right? Like you've got your time signature and your cadence. There you go. That's an actual word that means a thing. This is a hell of a question to ask 50 minutes into an episode, but how's the audio balance? Because I'm looking at the OBS levels, and to my eye, I think the CPU audio is a skosh too high, but it would be a very tiny skosh, and I could just be wrong. Sam says it's fine, so hit me up in the YouTube comments. I've only done 700 of these. You'd think I'd have an idea by now. Anyway, so a donut is a thing with a hole in it. As is nothing, really. Interesting. Okay. So, I mean, a month is comprised of days. That's true, but... Nope. Clock, register, notice, and catch. There we go. These all mean observe, perceive. Yeah? You see something. There you go. Perceive. I said the name of the category. Good job. So, if you're tired, tag, inch, days. Oh, God. Oh, big stretch. Big stretch. Yeah, clock is like... I mean, I know... I can't think of, like... the derivation of it, but Sunflower Space has correctly identified dog tired, dog tag, dog days, and Sam comes in with dog paddle. Yep, these are dog things. It's true. Absolutely factual statement. Which means that donut, juror, month, and inch are things of which there are 12, typically. 12 donuts in a dozen, 12 jurors on a jury, 12 months in the year, 12 inches in a foot. Yeah, things of which there are a dozen. Aha! That is a perfect game of connections, and now we shall strands. Super Bowl is our theme today. Interesting. Sam is not confident. He would have done poorly. Okay. Oh, what do we have here? So... I look at this cluster up here, and I'm trying to pull the word cipher out of it, and I don't think I can, because this Y is not actually connected to a P, so. Also, hey, down here, we found donut. Again. You are now remembering good Twitch streamer, A Forgotten Donut. Super Bowl is next month. I mean, that's true. That's a factual statement, and yet... Sam sees pepper, which... P-E-P... How do you get to... I think we... P-E... No, This looks very close to pepper, but I don't see how to actually... Oh, wait, there it is. P-E-P-P-E-R. There we go. Okay. All right. I was looking at these two P's and thinking they had to be stapled together, and they did, in fact, not have to be stapled together. So, good job. Over here is not celery, but over here is celery. So is this just literally soup ingredients? Is this just shit you can put in soup? Okay. You can put it... This is not how you spell dollop, Goog. There are 2 L's in dollop. Okay. So this says... I mean, you can put chicken in soup. It's a factual statement. Oh, the Spangrum is chicken soup. Okay. The Spangrum is chicken soup. It's right down here. So we'll just have to pull everything else together here. Yep, you can have onions. Okay, can you also have garlic? Can we build to a Sesame Street joke? Sadly, you can have onions and celery, but you cannot have garlic or balsamic vinegar, despite the fact that that's a big word for Elmo. Alas. We've got some noodles. Shout out, Nude Indigo. All right, so chicken soup goes over here. That means that... C-I-C-R-A... Carrots. That's what this is. C-A-R-R-O-T-S. And then lastly, our Spangrum is chicken soup. Hey, a silver medal game of strands. Hooray! Silver medal in the sense that the gold medal game of strands is get the Spangrum first and then get all the rest of the words. Silver medal is get all the words and then the Spangrum. Bronze medal is fuck you, I'm just going to burn hints for the rest of the thing. I don't know. For today's Immaculate Grid, we need White Sox, Angels, Yankees, dudes what played first base, dudes what played left field, and dudes what were born outside the 50 United States and the District of Columbia. Let's see here. A Chicago White Sox player who was not born in the United States or DC is Yermin Mercedes. Yermin Mercedes was a good-hitting, powerful catcher-type dude who kind of sort of flamed out after Tony La Russa shat on him, and he turned out not to be as good as he initially looked. But for a minute there, he was pretty good. And he qualifies as a deep cut. Oh, let's see. Yeah, we can't use Ichiro here. He was a Yankee, but he was not an Angel, not a player on the White Sox, and he did not play first base. Do you know who did play first base for the Yankees, however, is Kevin Youkilis, I assume. He must have done that at some point. He did, in fact, do that at some point. Good for him. An Angel who played left field is Darren Erstad. Hey, look at us making a diagonal. Sonny would like us to remember Pedro Martinez, who sadly will also not be present on this Immaculate Grid. He didn't play for any of these teams, nor did he play first base. Sadness and failure times. But hey, still, Pedro Martinez, good at baseball, as it turns out. Oh, a dude who played for the White Sox and Yankees is Jack McDowell. Pedro standing at first base would be very funny. It would indeed be very funny. First baseman who was born outside the 50 U.S. states and D.C. is Joey Votto. He's Canadian. It's a factual statement. First base, a guy who played first base and also left field is a lot of dudes, but let's go with Albert Pujols. Let's try to think of big lumbering Albert Pujols in left field. That's basically what the Cardinals did for a while there. It was fine. Sam, there is a game where you can put Pedro at first base right now. It's called MLB The Show 2025. There's nothing stopping you, aside from the fact that Pedro can't hit, so he wouldn't put up value for the position, and he also tremendously can't field, so it would go real bad. Yeah, you can do that. There is no rule in baseball against putting Pedro at first base, and also no rule in the show against putting Pedro at first base. It's just a tremendously bad idea. Actually, tangent. The show has this mode called Diamond Dynasty where you basically build a team with cards that you pull from packs, and the idea is that you pay money for packs and then you open packs and you get players and you play against other teams and whatever. You can, however, play Diamond Dynasty without having without spending any money, which is how I play Diamond Dynasty. And you just get cards, right? And in order to keep people coming back, they're constantly releasing new series and new lines of cards. One of the lines of cards is the Out of Position series, where they take things like, you know how Bryce Harper, when he was in college, played some catcher? Bryce Harper played some catcher. It's a thing that happened. There's a card in the show that's like, what if Bryce Harper was a catcher? He's in that Out of Position series. And some of it is stuff like, Bryce Harper was a catcher in college, or, Willie Mays played some third base in the Negro Leagues. What if Willie Mays was a third baseman? And a lot of it is also stupid stuff, because, almost any high-level draft pick, especially unless he's like a super awesome, massive slugger type dude, any reasonably athletic draft pick will have played either shortstop or center field in high school or college, just because, that's where you put your best athletes when you're a high school baseball team or any baseball team, and a kid who's going to be a major leaguer is going to be your best athlete. So, okay, Ozzie Smith pitched, Mike Trout pitched. Who gives a crap? There's a lot of that going on. My point is, there isn't a Pedro Martinez as a first baseman card, but there should be. I think there's a Pedro Martinez as a second baseman card, now that I think of it. Sportspun can remind me if I'm wrong about that, but I think there's a Pedro as a second baseman card in that series. It's good and fun. Anyway, a Chicago White Sox dude who played left field is one of a great many individuals. Manny Ramirez was on the White Sox for a minute. Did he play left field in that time? Probably not. He was probably just an exclusive DH. Because 1, he was not on the White Sox for a very long time, and 2, he was so fucking washed. Oh my god, he was old and bad by the time he got to the White Sox. A Los Angeles Angel of Anaheim, who was born outside the 50 United States and DC, is Sean Figgins, presumably? Nope! I biffed it. I biffed it real bad. I failed at a thing. I did not succeed. Well, now that we've already not succeeded, would Manny Ramirez have counted for the... He would not have... He was exclusively a designated hitter for that. Okay, fine. Sad. Adam Dunn played left field for the White Sox. This was a pretty good run, too. I had a bunch of, single digit or under 1% pulls, and then Jack McDowell was 11, but then I biffed it. Okay, I biffed it here, and this I wouldn't have actually guessed Manny Ramirez. I was confident in Adam Dunn. Sad times. But hey, we cannot always succeed. In fact, we apparently rarely can succeed. But one place in which we will succeed, hopefully, is this coming Saturday, 2 days from today. Shohei Ohtani was right there. He was also, a big layup and, 40%. Yeah. I, granted, shouldn't have... Okay, I was wrong about Sean Figgins. Now then, this coming Saturday, folks, starting at 10 a.m. Eastern on Twitch and going until who the heck knows. Twitch.tv/the_Goog. Come on by. For Subathon 9, we will have the Change Game Reward active. We will be playing some Hard Space Shipbreaker at some point because Circle Master has requested it. We will be doing a whole bunch of games. It will be a lot of fun. I hope to see you there. Folks on Twitch, I will be back later tonight for a new episode, well, a new stream of LA Noire. Come on back for that as well. And we'll see you next time, folks. Have a good day. Bye-bye. Is there anything I can do about this dark blue? Not really. Like, I've got dark blues over here, but I only have 10 road tiles. Don't eat the Nutrigrain bar wrapper! No! No! Come here! Come... Ah! There! Grab me! Oh! Ow!